everybody. Welcome to the Cozy Hermitage Craft Cottage. My name is John. It is August 31st, 2025. So this is my end of month catch up. It's hot out here. I haven't been out here for a while. Let's get into my acquisitions for the month. I think I've already showed you some of them, but there's some that I've forgotten. Some I just got a little while ago. So let me see. This is back toward beginning of the month, mid-month, something like that. Wife and I went to Goodwill Outlet in Airway Heights, and we'll do a little closer. And they have giant bins on wheels that have stuff in them, and they rotate them around and bring in new bins and take out old pick-through bins and stuff. And so I was just walking around picking through, and I saw this, and I threw it in the cart. Well, then my wife Kristen comes up and is kind of looking through the cart because she's getting ready to go to the main store. Wants me to go up and pay for stuff. She sees the piggy and takes it out and throws it back in the bin. Says, "That weighs too much. You don't need it." She went away. As soon as she left, I picked it up and put it back in the cart because I didn't think it weighed that much. And I said, "I don't care. I gotta get it anyway." Because I think the stuff, I don't know what happens to the stuff after they get rid of it. I don't know whether they throw it away or what happens. But anyway, I couldn't let Piggy get thrown away, so put him back in my cart. And didn't really cost me anything anyway. The lady that did the checkout was really nice. And then for my birthday, I bought myself a older late 2011 Mac Mini, and it's kind of fun to use. I'm enjoying it. I'm getting back into, I don't know, it's all computer stuff, and yeah, anyway, I'm using it, and I'm doing some writing on it, and I used to write quite a bit. Stories would just come to me out of the blue, and I'd just sit down and type them out real quick, and they're mostly short stories, but they were pretty good. But anyway, I have schizophrenia. Well, I think that's might have been where all my stories came from, because I started taking medication after that was determined what I had. I started taking medication to stop that, to help take control of that, and all the stories went away. Everything. I mean, even if I read the stories that I wrote before, I don't recognize them. They're like, did I write that? It's pretty weird, but I guess I'd rather not have the evil voices instead of stories. So, but anyway, I'm gonna try and write the old-fashioned way. So we'll see what comes of that, if anything. But yeah, so I've been writing most of today. Anyway, what else? Oh, and then what was it? A little, I don't know, I can't remember what time, but there was a marketplace ad that had all these patterns. Some of these I don't even. I think she just threw in because I was just looking at the doll clothes, and there's all these other ones. But all these doll patterns for $5 for the whole lot. And I said, okay. So I had my daughter pick those up for me. That's not a bad deal for $5. And then we went to Spokane. I think it was Thursday. Went to Spokane and did some more shopping, and I found this at the Goodwill outlet, and I bought that. It's in pretty good shape. I don't know if you can see it. So anyway, the reason we went to Spokane on Thursday, I'm getting into my storytelling here, what I've been doing. Thursday or Wednesday, we had to pick up two of my daughter's dogs, puppies of Everest and our dogs, and that they took. And we had to pick them up so we could take them to Spokane to get fixed. And we had to be there at 7 o'clock Thursday morning. So that means we got up at 4:30 and loaded the dogs up and left. And we were the first in line. And so came dogs, and we just had to, I don't know, putz around for a little while and do stuff. So we went to Goodwills and stores, and I bought a couple things off a marketplace, and we went out to eat. We went to a Mongolian grill and had some ice cream at Costco. It was a salad at Costco. So we had a pretty good time off. We thought the dogs would be done by 2 since they were the first one in. But no, they didn't tell us to come pick up the dogs until like 3 o'clock. And then to pick them up, they called us at 3 and said you can come pick up the dogs. They'll be ready at 4:45. So we got there at 4:45 and picked up the dogs, and then we had to stop and get pizza for the kids at home. So I don't know, we wound up getting home about, I think, 7 o'clock Thursday evening. And I've been having, it's been, they've been harvesting across the roads and around us, and we've had, you can see the smoke in the air and stuff from the fires, and so my asthma's been kicking up really bad. It's been, I've pretty much stayed in the house as much as I could, except when I had to go out. And Spokane doesn't really have the fields around it with the harvesting, so I was a little bit better off in Spokane. But so I've been using my inhaler, my nebulizer, and all that stuff. So I've been trying to stay in, so I haven't really come out here to do any crafting or anything. And then, what was it? Was it last night? I think it was. Kristen got a call about 12:15 in the morning from my oldest son Jacob saying that his motorcycle broke down in Ritzville and wanted us to come get him and the motorcycle. So apparently his Harley Davidson has special, what it was called, you know, where you put the air in the tire. Well, apparently there's special ones so you could tell the tire pressure on the computer or something. Anyway, one of them kind of fell apart. Wouldn't hold air anymore because all the guts fell out. So, so he couldn't drive anywhere. And, oh, I got to tell this part first. Back up. So on last Friday, our water went out. Our well pump broke. It should still be under warranty, and so I called the place where we got it from, and I can't remember how we determined what was wrong, but anyway, I think someone came out and looked at it, and they said, yeah, your pump's broken, but we're not going to be able to replace it until Monday. And $6,000, or a little between $5,000 and $6,000. I don't have that much money, so So we didn't have any water for the whole weekend, which, you know, other people have it a lot worse off than we do. But my son Jacob had a big water tank that we went down to his place and put about 200 gallons of water in it on our trailer and brought it back and sitting in the driveway so we could at least use a bucket. We could flush the toilets and get some water to wash pots and pans and stuff. And then the pump guy came. I had to call the pump place, which is called LAD, that put in a whole new system for us back in, I think it's 2021, 2022. They tried to find us in their system so they could tell us whether the system was under warranty or not. And they found John Anderson, and they found that I purchased a pump and a control unit. And that's all they found. I said, well, you guys installed it. You installed the whole thing. I didn't install it. And so they kept looking and everything, and we couldn't find our receipt for any of that stuff. And I was kind of surprised that they didn't have the receipts. So anyway, I had to borrow and plus they wouldn't come fix it because they no longer did residential wells, and they no longer did worked on submersible pumps, and no longer supplied those. So I had to find another pump guy, which is fortunately they recommended the one I picked anyway. So that guy was willing to work with me. He said, he'd need at least $2,500 as a down payment for him to start work, and then he knew that was kind of a big outlay that you don't plan for, and so he said he'd take payments from me for the rest of it. I said okay, and so I had to call my son-in-law Stephen and ask if if he'd loan us the money, and then if we got the money back from the warranty, then we'd just pay him back for the um, pay it back on his credit card. So he was agreeable to that, which was very good. So Monday came, and the fellow came out and pulled the pump and said, "Yep, the thrust bearing or something was bad on it, or something went out," and so it wouldn't work. So, and apparently it could have either been a 2-horse or a 3-horsepower motor. Well, the one we had bought was a 2-horsepower motor, but the one they had brought with them was a 3-horsepower motor. I said, "Oh," and we went over the pluses and minuses, but the wiring was smaller for the 2-horsepower motor, and I was afraid that it would burn the wiring up if we put a bigger motor in. So well, if we have to wait another day, we wait another day. And the guy got on his phone to the boss, and the boss said he'd meet him halfway with the right motor. So they left and got the right motor and got it put in and got it all set up, and and wound up with water. So that was good. We have water again. Okay, now jumping back into Saturday or Friday night, Saturday, I can't remember. Yeah, so Jacob, we needed to go get Jacob and his motorcycle. Well, we needed the trailer. We have the big car trailer, which has the big water tank with 200 gallons of water on it, which I would have the motorcycle wouldn't fit on there. It wouldn't have been load balanced properly to put the motorcycle on the back with the tank on there. So we would have had to drain 200 gallons of water out, and then take that off, and then there's no size or anything to it really. So it's a car trailer. So no, I don't know. I didn't think it would be very good to haul his motorcycle in, but we have it's an older, used to be a U-Haul trailer that was full of stuff we were going to take to the dump. So that's the one he wanted. I talked to him on the phone, and he said, "Yeah, I think the white trailer would be best." So we had to go out, and it was, middle of the night. Had to go unload the little U-Haul trailer with all the garbage in it, and pile it on the ground next to the trailer, and then hook up the trailer, get the lights working. And then we headed out there and got his motorcycle loaded up, and took it back to his house, and we got home about 3 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, and I was kind of up until about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and then I was finally able to go back to sleep. But I think we woke up about 10 o'clock this morning, so that wasn't too bad. Oh, it's been quite the ordeal, but it's been all doable and fun, and it's not going to kill us. We'll just get through it. And then I found out today my youngest daughter, Rachel, lost her job at Amazon after she had just bought a car. So, yeah, I hope she gets another job quickly so she can keep making her car payments. But this happened once before too, where she bought a car, lost her job right away afterwards, or quit her job, and then she just did the same thing. So I don't know, but yeah, children. Is there anything else? Oh, and I forgot I did buy a package of large paper clips that I'm going to use to make the hidden paper clips like Jeanette talked about on her Crafty Clegg's Journals YouTube channel. So I'm going to try and do some of those. I think that'll be kind of fun once it cools down and I can come back outside. And I didn't do a knit knit video last Tuesday. Ruben's legs were hurting, and so he didn't come out, and I was having breathing troubles, and I didn't want to come out either, so I just let Tuesday go, and we'll see how this Tuesday goes. I think Ruben's planning on coming out, so we'll see if he makes it out. If he does, then I'll stay out here another half hour and knit along with you. Ruben sold his house, and he's getting all packed up. And I'm trying to find a house over in Squim, or yeah, I think Squim. I think he's looking for a house by the Goodwill over there. So, anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to be done for today. This is kind of a rambling, jumble bit of a video. Sorry about that. But yeah, I can't think. I thought for sure there was other stuff, but I can't remember what it is. So, anyway, hope you're all safe and doing well, and that you have water, and stay safe, and be careful out there. Have a good day, better tomorrow, and I'll see you later. Bye.